Hey, it's a pleasure, really it is, to be here with you all. I just want to talk a little bit about my priorities today and then stick around for as long as I need to take any questions you have for me or about my campaign. One of my priorities is an issue that I think you in Fayette know well, and it is the priority to protect our hospitals, not just in Fayette, but in other rural communities in this district and in this state. I think the people of Fayette can be proud because you all had the ability and the foresight to step up and to solve a problem and save your hospital. But I think it's important to note that not every community has the same foresight and the same great leadership as you do. So in other communities that are struggling with this issue and struggling to find a way to keep their hospital open, I would like to take the burden off of the citizens of those communities and put the burden back on Congress where this problem began in the first place. I wish Congress would set aside politics and prioritize the people who desperately need health care. I think Congress should pass legislation that would end the reductions in disproportionate share hospital payments in states that have chosen not to expand Medicaid. No matter what we think about Obamacare, about the Affordable Care Act, so long as it is the law of the land, and so long as our state chooses not to expand Medicaid, we need legislation that's going to help us solve this problem, and that is legislation that I would like to write and like to sponsor, if you so give me the opportunity, in Congress. Now, this issue of hospitals closing or struggling to stay open, it is inseparable from another issue we face, and that is the opioid epidemic. You all probably know this by now, but there is no congressional district that has a higher rate of opioid prescriptions than does District 4. For every 100 people in this district, we have 166 opioid prescriptions. If we are ever going to solve this problem, that's right, I know I had to look it up, it sounds false. If we are ever going to solve this problem, we're going to need to focus on reducing the amount of prescriptions that are written. We are going to have to focus on helping people who are addicted or who are at risk of being addicted. And we're going to have to prevent overdoses and overdose-related deaths. I hope you have some questions about that before you leave tonight. I'd love to talk policy details about how we do those things. But let me just say this. As a citizen and a constituent of District 4, I do not think it is right that our congressman has, over the course of his career, accepted more than $135,000 in campaign contributions from the pharmaceutical companies that manufacture those drugs. I don't think that's right. And I also don't think it's right that our congressman voted in favor of CAFTA, the Central American Free Trade Agreement. Because he supported that legislation, it passed 217 to 215, even though he came out against it. He came out against it because he knew it would hurt the people of his district. Unfortunately, he bent to political pressure from the leadership of his own party. He supported it, like I said, it passed 217 to 215. And the immediate result was that practically overnight, the town of Fort Payne in District 4 lost about 8,000 jobs. They're no longer the sock capital of the world. The district itself lost thousands more jobs than that, and the state of Alabama lost tens of thousands of jobs. I do not think as a representative you should ever vote for something that hurts the people you represent. For me, that sort of defeats the whole purpose, the whole point of being a representative, and I don't think that's right. I think the representative of District 4 needs to be focused on making sure we bring more of the right kinds of jobs to District 4. That includes saving our hospitals, like you all have been able to do, but it also includes reinvesting in our infrastructure so that states and counties and municipalities can find the funds they need to repair their roads and bridges and highways, and also so that they can expand public utilities to families that desperately need it. For example, there are about 72 families in Winston County, some of whom I've met with, who have no access to public source of water. They are currently pulling water from their wells that are infested with E. coli. And they have had trouble getting the funds to get them access to this public water source. And I think that is a crime. We should never have a problem like that in a country with as many resources as we have. So those are some of the problems I would like to face. And again, I don't want to take too much of the time of this meeting, but I'm going to stick around as long as it takes to answer any questions you have. Again, I just want to thank you and say that these issues I've talked about, it's not about party politics at all. It's about doing the right thing. And I think the people of District 4 deserve a representative who's going to do the right thing, no matter the politics of it. And that's what I want to be for you. So thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Mayor Nelson. Thank you, Council. And thank you all in attendance. It's been a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.